spoiler, 'cause his villain lies in wait. Reveal the ending of our favorite shows. I've got a secret plan to finally foil the spoiler man. I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. Alter time's flow to catch our favorite show. Then I will always know how the story goes. I built a time machine. My new remote control is really universal. It can change channels just like you expect. But I can fast forward and rewind time, pause the universe. But I don't know what happens when you hit eject. And when I don't understand a thing, I've got closed captioning. I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. We'll alter time's flow, catch our favorite show, and I will always know how the story goes. I built a time machine. Skip my way to the future, grab a place in line, see Star Wars Episode 94. Grab a Soylent smoothie, watch Star Trek's 5th reboot, where absolutely everyone's gone before. Dimension jump to a different sky, to see season 2 of Firefly.
If only.
I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. Alter time's flow to catch our favorite show. Then I will always know how the story goes. I built a time machine. Say use this power for the good of humanity, but I'd screw up the timeline oh so permanently.
Gray's Sports Almanac.
Yeah, I figure I'm safe just watching a show. Just one little look, no one will know.
What do you mean canceled?
Then one day I dropped it, remote shorted out. Now I'm stuck in a loop again and again and again and again and again, watching the same 20 minutes over and over. Please someone, won't you tell me how it ends? Oh, I built a time machine 'cause I don't have a DVR. Now I broke my time machine and I still don't have a DVR. Alter time flow, catch our favorite show. Please someone let me know how the story goes. I built a time machine. Click. I built a time machine. I built a time machine. I built a time machine.
Hello. Eric is handling technical issues right now to make sure that everything runs smoothly. But I think we're live in the video, right? He's not telling me. So I might be talking to myself, but if so, I'm not hurting anyone. We are live, everyone. Our Kickstarter has officially launched. Hi, Jen. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Diana. Hi, everybody. Hi, Cecilia. Hi, Wildcard.
We pushed the button, and
Yay, they hear us.
It's a thing that I didn't expect it to be a thing, but it's a thing that we're...
It's a thing.
Yay.
So our Kickstarter is now live for our new album, Our Kind of Strange. We have already started recording it, working at Opal Studios with Kevin Hahn. He's the same producer who's worked with the PDX Broadsides for the last few albums of theirs. So, comes to us highly what's the word I'm looking for? Starts with an A.
Recommended?
Recommended, that's the word. Hate when I blank on usual words.
Recommended.
Yeah.
Many thumbs up.
Yes.
And
he does good work. We've enjoyed working with him so far and look forward to it. Did we want to start with a song?
Yeah. Should we do a song? Let's do a song.
Okay. Do we know what song we're going to do?
Well.
Hi, Teresa.
Since we're reading...
the comments. Wow. All right.
When we talk about comments, we don't mean these comments. We love these comments. We love reading these comments. That's
yes.
Let's do the thing.
Okay.
This is going out to Rebecca Hicks, who loves the song and convinced us that coffee is a good t-shirt design. And so...
Oh, so we're not doing comments?
You're right. Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong song, aren't I?
They're very different songs.
Y'all, it's been a day, been a year,
It's been a year.
What a year this week has been.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So which one are we doing?
Comments.
Okay.
Thank you.
The song for Rebecca will be later.
We have our first backer on the board. Thank you very much. Yay.
Yay, thank you.
Out in a bit here, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was stumbling around the internet trying to catch up on the news, to keep myself well rounded, many-sided views. I saw subtle flaws in logic, so much bias and heartache. The unthinkable, I made the prime mistake. I read the comments.
Don't do it.
I read the comments.
Don't do it.
Now I've lost an hour and I feel I need a shower. I read the comments.
Don't do it.
I read the comments.
Don't do it.
It was a stupid thing to do. Now I feel I've lost IQ when we learn again. Never, ever here's an example. I know time travel is real, and the earth is truly flat, and you can catch rabies by just looking at a bat. I know it's all true, 'cause this website told me so. If your facts don't agree, then I don't wanna know. I read the comments.
Don't do it.
I read the comments.
Don't do it.
Now I've lost an hour and I feel I need a shower. I read the comments.
Don't do it.
I read the comments.
Don't do it.
It's a stupid thing to do.
True.
I feel I've lost IQ when we learn again. Never, ever read the comments. Tried to keep composure, tried to ignore the trolling guy, but the stupid got the best of me and I let my fingers fly. my wife, she tried to stop me.
Don't do
I
it!
said, what don't you get? This is for the greater good. Someone's wrong on the internet.
Yeah, now it's you.
I read the comments.
Don't do it!
I read the comments.
Don't do it!
Now I've lost an hour and I feel I need a shower. I read the comments.
Don't do it!
I read the comments.
Don't do
It
it!
was a stupid thing to do. Now I feel I've lost IQ and we learn again. Never, ever read the comments. I've been permanently scarred by the new comment chirp. Cause some grade A top choice epic level derp. I face a Cthulhu from the sea of text. My sanity has been destroyed and now my heart is next. I read the comments.
Don't do it!
I read the comments.
Don't do it!
Now I've lost 3 hours. There'll never be enough showers. I read the comments.
Don't do it!
I read the comments.
Don't do
It's
it!
a stupid thing to do.
True.
And now I can't spell IQ when we learn again. Under no circumstances do you ever read the comments.
Told you so.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alyssa, for posting. So on Facebook, there was this thing to put the feature link in, and I put the link in, and it kept on disappearing. So if the link isn't in the event, I apologize. Apparently, you can't add it once something is created. But we will... Yes, you do spy Gloomhaven on the shelf.
Both the regular and the Jaws of the Lion.
And yeah, there's a few other things around here. This is the short shelves with the games that we play most commonly, more oftenly, and then
we have the deep storage upstairs for all the rest of the games that don't fit.
we have a couple.
A few.
Yeah. Minnesota understatement. Couple.
Yeah. I grew up in Minnesota. I speak with the understatement, you know.
I certainly can. I can turn my mic up a smidge. 1 second.
That's the thing, like the comments like talking about Gloomhaven. Well, hey, we have a song that was inspired by Gloomhaven. That one's not going on this album, though. No. To be fair, when we were trying to decide which songs should go on this album, we managed to create a short list of about 70 titles from which we chose for this album.
And that list shifted over time, because frankly, y'all, we've been talking about this Kickstarter and this album for over a year.
Yeah.
And it's been a long road.
That included moving halfway across the country.
And including kind of semi-destroying the studio space.
Oh my gosh.
So...
Please forgive me, but I want to tell the story.
Please. Story time.
So we moved, and we at our old house, we had this wonderful setup for a home studio. It was about one half of an entire of our basement. Turns out the new house doesn't have a basement at all. So what used to be a massive amount of space is now in one of the spare bedrooms. But we're trying to get it all set up and tricked out with acoustic foam to deaden the space so that it's good for recording. And we're also inputting some shelves to put the audio monitors on. And we're trying to get this really set up so that we can do our album from our own studio, and it'll be great. And the very first hole we put in the wall in the whole house was to hang one of the shelves for the monitor. And you were the one who was actually doing the drilling. I was elsewhere in the house at the time. Care to describe that experience?
Yeah. So the very first hole we're putting in the house with my brand new shiny drill in a second floor back spare bedroom, like way out kind of the periphery of the house. Not that our house is huge. Drilling, the bit sticks, and like, okay, this is where the stud finder said the stud was, but this seems really hard. I pulled the bit out and I heard a hiss. And I'm like, did I hit like
It was a faint hiss. I thought, did I hit like electrical cable? Is it like electricity arcing? I come downstairs to get Jen to get a second opinion, and by the time we come back up, the entire room is just flooded with methyl percaptan smell. So
it was very clear he hit the gas line, the gas main coming into the house.
Very first hole in the house, I hit a gas line that's running through the spare bedroom. So, yeah, the studio had to be dismantled and
a 2-foot wide hole, floor to ceiling, cut in there. And we had to wait the whole weekend. Since that was Saturday morning, we had to wait the whole weekend in order to even get hold of somebody who would be able to come out and do the repair to the gas line. So we had no gas. It was March. It was still chilly.
It was the coldest weekend we had had here since we moved here.
And we moved in December. So,
This was early March, just literally like the weekend after FOM was done, the first opportunity. And then, of course, the week after that, COVID, and actually that was actually after the COVID lockdown had started because by the time
it was
the guy
tough
got
to.
Here, he was like, "I'm supposed to wear a mask now." I think.
It was all very new. And then, so we got the gas line fixed, and then it was another couple weeks before we could get somebody out to actually fix the wall, and then the wall fixing included, reapplying paint so that it didn't look like there had been this huge gouge in the wall. And then Eric couldn't be upstairs for a couple of months because the smell of paint makes him migraine. It's a migraine trigger for him. So that delayed things significantly.
The COVID lockdown delayed things significantly.
I
mean, it's just been... We appreciate y'all being here with us for this.
We really do.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long road for us, and we really appreciate that you're joining us here.
I don't think I have the words, really. I really don't. So, and yes, Rebecca is in the house. Thank you, Rebecca Hicks, for the amazing art.
Yes, we love the art. Thank you so much.
And coffee is good, and Nami and everyone should do the thing with the stuff. I'm eloquent today.
Very.
I use all my words for work. Apparently, I don't know.
I believe that.
So the album is 14 songs.
Ooh, dizzy.
Apparently, I'm the one that's quiet now, so I need to speak up and sit forward and eat the mic. Hopefully that's a little better. The album is 14 songs. Many of them were written or started for February album writing month, so all my FOMers out there.
He always says that so fast that the words all run together. February album writing month. FOM.org.
If you're unaware of it, it is a challenge to songwriters to write 14 songs in the month of February. So one song every 2 days for 14 songs or 28 days. 14 songs in 28 days, however you get there. I'm one of the founding members, which just means I was lucky enough to have Jen push me into it at the very beginning.
You didn't consider yourself lucky when I was pushing.
I did
back
not,
that first
but
year.
I do now. So, yeah. So let's do another song. What do you guys think? More music?
Eric started introducing this one at the same time as the last one. What?
We jumped really.
Yay! Thank you guys.
Thank you all so much.
At some point, I imagine we'll be able to see actually the names and list them off, but we're brand new to the whole running a Kickstarter, so we're not really seeing the names at the moment.
If we don't call you out by name, because it's not because we don't want to, it's because we don't know how. But we appreciate it so much. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah.
Yes, Alyssa, yes. The 70 was our short list, and that's because of FOM.
Speaking of FOM,
Yes.
let's do a song that was written during FOM.
Not that one. We promised we wouldn't perform that one.
What are you?
I looked over and you were looking at the song T.
No, not that one.
It's just that
No.
we're not going to be performing that for you. I apologize. It's something we did for FOM a few years ago, and it was basically the kind of song that makes us both so exhausted and is very hard to actually sing and play at the same time.
I was thinking the fact that we are streaming on the internet.
Thank you, Charla.
And so much of everyone's life is now streaming on the internet with meetings and coffee. And this is the song that Rebecca was inspired by to do the design for the t-shirt, because who doesn't want a shirt that says coffee, coffee, drink it down, right? So this is where that design and that awesome coffeeness comes from. Yeah, actually, I should.
Yeah, you want to give us something to start with.
I'm actually gonna play. I just need the note. Grab the headset, join the call.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
Sit and wait, 'cause they dropped the ball. Time to make the meeting. The invite list is really large.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
We're all here now, who's in charge?
Time to make the meeting.
Set up the camera in great haste.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
I'm only dressed above the waist.
Time to make the meeting. Meetings by the score from 8 a.m. to well past 4. Do we know what they are for? Doesn't matter, we've got more.
Break the ice with an awkward joke.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
No one laughed or their speakers broke.
Time to make the meeting.
Present my data, feeling smart.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
Turns out no one could see the chart.
Time to make the meeting.
We asked a question, no one replied.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
Are we on mute or have we died?
Time to make the meeting. Meetings by the score from 8 a.m. to well past 4. Do we know what they are for? Doesn't matter, we've got more.
They call a meeting because they can.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
Let's meet about the meeting plan.
Time to make the meeting.
2 meetings down, too many more.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
That's so long my butt is sore.
Time to make the meeting.
It's been 4 hours full of fail.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
This could have been just one email.
Time to make the meeting. Meetings by the score from 8 a.m. to well past 4. Do we know what they are for? Doesn't matter, we've got more.
Drama high and volume low.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
What did they mean? No one knows.
Time to make the meeting.
We're here to make decisions clear.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
So be on this call until next year.
Time to make the meeting.
Oh, the things we do for pay.
Coffee, coffee, drink it down.
This meeting's going to last all day.
Time to use the bathroom. Meetings by the score from 8 a.m. to well past 4. Do we know what they are for? Doesn't matter, we've got more. Nice. Summer actually gave us a mug of coffee.
I want a coffee emoji. That's awesome.
That is.
Charlotte gave us a coffee emoji too.
Awesome. She gave one for each of us, though.
That's true. You can't have any.
I know. I can't. That's one of the saddest things about this is I actually can't drink coffee. I love the smell of it, though. I can still smell it. I can taste it on his kisses. I can't drink it myself. Can't have chocolate either.
Yeah. Well, y'all, we've hit
Thank you.
$432.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all so very much. I really wish I knew how to look up the thing, the stuff, but
There's got to be a way.
there's got to be a way.
But I doubt everyone wants to watch us try and figure that out.
A wild applause appears. Thank you. You used +1 clapping. It was super effective.
Ooh, so we are working with a lot of, and like if you're looking at the Kickstarter, you'll see this. We're working with a lot of really talented musician friends of ours to make the album even better. One of them is, there's so many. There's so many wonderful people, and there's even more that we would have loved to have on the album, but, you know, there's only so much time and
Yeah, honestly, it's... I had a list that just kept on growing of people I wanted to ask and wanted to try and approach, and I would love to have, like some of these songs, I would love to have just, my ideal would be able to record them at a convention and have everybody sing along, and that would be like the best thing ever.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome.
And we're hoping for that day again. That day will come again. We will all be able to sing together, and I want to record it and put it on an album, and I want to sing with you all. So
I want to share a quick story. Wildcard 9 asks how I survive without coffee or chocolate. My niece, when she was maybe 4 years old, was first learned that I couldn't have chocolate, and she was traumatized by this. Literally for about 2 years, every time we saw her after that, she would have to ask me again, you can't have chocolate? I finally calmed her down, brought her back from that edge of near panic over this notion, by explaining to her, that's okay, Eric can eat my chocolate for me. After that, for about 5 years or more, every time we saw her, she had a new bar of very, very dark chocolate that she gave to Eric on my behalf.
Like 97% cacao. It was epic. Very epic. It's good, but it was epic. Anyway, we were talking about guest musicians.
Oh, yes. So the first one I'm going to call out is Jen Midkiff.
Because she's here.
Yes, she's here. She wrote a song a while ago. I don't know if it's on an album, but I know she does have a solo album out, and she plays with Wild Mercy, and I know they've got albums out. But she wrote a song called Astrid's Song. That song was for Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon, the movie. And we both love that so much that we, after hearing it, we're like, oh, we've got to write one for Hiccup now. So we've done that, and Jen has graciously agreed to sing on that song for us for this album, and maybe even play harp. We're not sure yet if she's going to decide to put harp on it, but that'll be her call.
James had posted the idea of the Faithful Sidekicks Come Alive double album post-COVID goals. I'm like, yeah, I'm down with this. And Alyssa has volunteered.
Thank you, Alyssa. Yes,
on your behalf.
I appreciate it. I've got Joey Shoji eating hot dogs on my behalf, so because I can't have those either. So I really appreciate when you take one on my behalf. Take one for the team for me.
Jen said the song's on her second CD.
Second CD. Thank you.
Check it out. It's fantastic.
Yes.
Are we doing that song?
Probably at some point. Okay. Are we doing it now or?
Well, you brought it up. I thought maybe that was your way of saying we should do it.
Well, I am very fond of that. I'm enough of a How to Train Your Dragon geek. I don't just have the movies. I don't just have the TV specials. I have all the episodes of the TV show, both from Cartoon Network and Netflix. So, yeah. Now I gotta find it.
So this song has gone through like 9 different titles.
Yeah, it's currently sitting with the title Change Your Mind, but I still think of it as Hiccup Song, since we wrote it as in response to Astrid Song. I honestly don't know if I need help with creme brulee, but I would be honored if you would eat one on my behalf.
Yes, you are not imagining things. They are based on a series of books by Cressida Cowell.
Yes.
They're the How to Train Your Dragons movies and TV shows are kind of different than the books.
They if you're looking for it, you can see where the movies drew from the books, but they are very different. If you'll ask Jen Midkiff, she loves the movies, hates the books. I enjoy the books. I love the movies. The books, especially the early ones, were really written for like 10-year-old boys. So there's like the Gobber is actually, his name is actually Gobber the Belch. There's Snot Face, Snot Lout, Dog's Breath, the Duh Brain. I mean, those are character names in the books. The character that inspired Astrid is Kamikaze. She doesn't show up until the second book. She is the daughter of the chieftain of the Bog Burglar tribe, which is Big Booby Bertha. So and Kamikaze lives up to her name. She's always ready for anything. So they are enjoyable, and the overall, especially once you get to the big war between I can't go into detail. It's a dozen books. They are enjoyable, but they're written for a target market that's not necessarily me.
The movies are. This song is fairly squarely placed on the movie.
The movie, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. This is Burke, a frozen land that survives by stubborn pride. We fight on every day against dangers from all sides. To live here, to risk being charred, this war is all we know. To be a Viking means being cold and hard, and on Burke, even more so. For 7 generations, we repeat ourselves again. They've killed hundreds of us. We've killed thousands of them. They're not what you think, and neither are we. Is this bloody axe all we're meant to be? Can we ever put it down? Big and burly like my father, the chief. I'm the joke that they all think only end in grief. He was the last of his kind, the most feared of them all. I thought my life would change when my machine made him fall. You see fear and fire and dagger claws that rend. When I looked into his eyes, I saw a soul, I saw a friend. They're not what you think, and neither are we. Is this bloody axe all we're meant to be? Can we ever put it down? And I will change your mind. Give me some time, and I will change your mind. We can be so much more. We can be so much more. We can put down the axe. It would have been so much easier if I'd done what I was taught. I don't know all that I am, but I know what I am not. In a war to the death, there's a way for us to live. We only grow by the chances we take. We're cut down by the hate we give. We're not what we think, and neither are we. Is this bloody axe all we're meant to be? Can we ever put it down? Oh, give me some time, and I will change your mind. Give me some time, and I will change your mind. We can be so much more. We can be so much more. We can put down the axe.
So, was there a glitch? Are we still streaming? Are you still hearing us? Hi, Howard.
I don't know. Was there a glitch? I mean, the glitch could just be us, because
Well, yeah, it's possible.
Glitch Central here. Gabrielle says we're good here, so.
Oh, okay. And yes, Jane, please drink a dark hot chocolate for me.
Do you prefer it with marshmallows or whipped cream?
Ooh, probably marshmallows. I'd be open to either.
Still streaming, we're good. All right, wonderful. Yay. No glitch on Twitch. Beauty.
Huzzah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Anoka. Hello, everybody. There's lots of good people.
Yes.
We haven't played that one very often. It's kind of
no, like maybe twice we've performed it for people.
It's kind of.
It's not quite so peppy, silly, goofy.
So much of what we do has always been pretty, lighthearted comedy, fun, and there are certain songs that came out on this album that we felt like we needed to add to the repertoire, to add to it, because while they may not be as lighthearted fun, they're grounded in a fandom we love, and they're saying something that we believe in, and we're hoping that at a minimum it doesn't offend you, but that you'll get it and you'll connect with it in some way. In some ways it feels a little bit like a risk, because it's easy to do. Well, it's not easy to do. It's hard to do comedy well.
Thank you, Shauna.
It's we've already raised what? According to
Maybe Dave is raising money for something too.
I don't know. Or
maybe we need to refresh the page or something.
Oh, there's a thing here. What is this thing?
He found a thing. Yes, I'm twisting your arm, Cecilia. Just do me a favor and make sure you enjoy it on my behalf.
Yeah, we did there's a podcast video thing that we've done called Go Indie Now. So Joe Compton, and maybe I haven't seen Joe, but maybe he's here. He heard about the Kickstarter, and that's going to be hitting YouTube, I think, in a day or two.
Yeah.
But he asked us, about us moving in the middle of this kind of project and how it's changed, what songs we picked and how COVID and
Apparently refresh the page.
713. Wow. Y'all are
Yay.
awesome.
Thank you all so much for supporting the Kickstarter. We really appreciate it. Anyway, now that I'm done interrupting you, Joe Compton asked you about the move.
And how, things have changed our writing process. And in this case, we had written so many of these songs already. What it did was kind of change some of our selection process. And some of the things that are on this album, the name Are Kinda Strange comes from the song Are Kinda Strange, which is really about found family, and other things on the album are really about support and loving one another and uniting us in the things that we love, and trying to focus on positive things and not letting ourselves get sucked into
the doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling
is
we're trying to offer at least a small antidote to doom scrolling. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dave. Anyway, yeah, we can blab all day. There's lots of beyond the CD, we're making stickers. We have pins and meeples. The meeples might require a little bit of explanation, though we happen to just love meeples, period. So there was Ad Astra up in Toronto 2019, so over a year ago now. Wow. we got to play a board game with Debbie Owie, who is also a big board game fan.
As well as a wonderful artist, children's book illustrator, and author.
And a fairly accomplished musician and singer as well. So,
right.
Debbie's awesome.
I'm blanking on the name of her band. Jane, you're in here. Help us out.
The braining. I've had enough braining for one day. Why do I?
Oh my gosh. Jane's not helping us out.
Debbie and
oh my gosh. Isn't it Jody and Urban Tapestry? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gabrielle.
Thank you. Anyway, we played a game. There's Jane with it.
There's Jane.
Thank you. We played a game with her and taught her a new game she hadn't played before, and she made this artwork that's the two of us as little meeples with
with our instruments and a heart drawn around it, and at the top it says "Meeple Love" in big letters.
And I just thought, man, that's a great.
We both.
It's a song title.
Yeah. As soon as we saw it, we both independently thought, "Oh, that's a song title. We need to write the song now."
I'm gonna try and sit closer into the mic, but I don't know how much more I can. I can turn up a little bit, but is that any better? Hopefully. I mean, I can turn up. I just don't want to blow you out when I'm singing because I do singing and things.
Maybe you just need to project a little more when you speak.
I need to project. Anyway, so we went up to the hotel room and wrote a song right there.
So that night, Eric could play it for her in the circle.
And it's been one of those songs that we love. That it's just, it's about a little lost meeple lost underneath the shelf, and so. Good. And so when we came to start trying to think of little things to put in the album, I was playing around with meeples, and I found that I could put heart stickers on the meeples. And I'm like, everyone needs a meeple with a heart sticker on it because you have meeple love, and then you can have love meeples everywhere. And I'm a dork, but that's okay.
I love my dork.
So yeah. So as part of several of the packages, you can get a 4-pack of
meeples with hearts on them.
Heart meeples, and then in addition,
hi Peach.
Wild Mercy, a wild cat appears. In addition, so Wild Mercy was going to be playing at a convention that had a theme of meeples. And Sally Childs Helton had made these meeple pins. And then, of course, the con got canceled due to COVID. And so she said, well, you guys want these? You guys want to use them for something? I'm like, yeah, we'll take them. And we didn't really put it all together before that. But then as we started working on Meeple Love for the album and making these little meeples, we're like, we could use these pins. But now the thing is, there's a limited number of pins. So when we run out of them, we're out of them. So
we actually just have that on one level, the pins, and they're limited, so we don't have to worry about like, oh no, we don't have enough. But that means that level is limited to just that number.
Yeah.
Yes, Dave.
Yes, there is a Peach, and she's currently trying to knock down our clock.
Which we moved to sit on the chair so we could actually see the time.
Because cat.
Yes.
Yes, you got a daily dose of Peach. There's a daily dose. I did want to mention, and we totally understand, when we picked the date and the time for this launch, we didn't factor the presidential debate in at all. We weren't even aware that it was the same date or time. And so we originally had picked the exact same time because it seemed like an ideal time to do stuff. And then
apparently it is an ideal time to do stuff on a national level.
So it's one of those, if y'all need to or want to bail to go to the debate, we totally understand that. we're going to keep streaming for a while, even after the hour,
We might do a song from our first album before this first hour ends, though, just as a kind of nod to all of you who are heading out to watch the debate.
But yeah, I mean, you're welcome to stay and hang out and whatnot, but we totally don't, we're cool if you guys want to go watch and things, but much more fun than Talking Heads. Woo!
Yay.
And we don't even know any Talking Heads covers.
We don't. I'm sure you could figure one out, but probably not while everyone's sitting here watching.
Yeah.
Did we want to perform Meeple Love?
We can, sure.
Ah!
No guitar jousting.
No. Certainly not with your koa. I'm sorry, that's not the right word. Kiola moho. What's
Kiola
the?
moho.
Yeah.
We just hit $778. Thank you,
Yay.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are over 10% there. Where am I? Oh, Meeple Up, right. Okay.
Built cities, I've laid claim to foreign land. I have hunted, I have farmed, I've stood tall by your hand. My kind may seem tiny, only a half-inch tall. When you choose to use us, we can do it all. But then came the day of shouting. I was knocked down so low. I'm lost alone in the dark, where your eyes never go. Seem small and made of painted wood, but I made the choice more real than a cube ever could. Now I'm lost below the shelf next to a marble that is blue, and 2 cardboard tokens. What's a meeple to do? Can we play again? Can we play again? Lie here waiting for the moment when we will play again. Not like the dice who always changes his face, where the VP chips never give the right score. I'm not the silly piece that jumps all around. I'm the man who stands for so much more. It's so hard to be beyond the table's edge, in the dark land unknown. Play our game fell down into the dust from that table sky. She was a maple just like me, prettiest thing I had ever seen. And the best part of all, she was painted green. Can we play again? Can we play again? I will stay with you till the very end, and we will play again.
It's so rare for one of his love songs to have a happy ending.
Yeah. You're not wrong. We are over $800. Thank you,
Yay!
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Woot, woot, woot. Thank you. Let's see what other. We're doing T-shirts, as we talked about. Coffee, drink it down. The intention is they're limited to the Kickstarter, where we
We have been the merch czars for FOM pretty much since the beginning. So we had to go through so many back catalogs of CDs before the move, and when we moved here, we took the rest with us. A small selection of the CDs, because they're several years old and they're not that often ordered anymore. T-shirts, hoodies, egg shakers, all that kind of stuff. So we've already got a whole closet full of that stuff. So I was like, really, do we need to stock T-shirts? Because we would need a whole variety of sizes and all this kind of stuff. So,
see, I like T-shirts and wanted more T-shirts, but
right. So I'm like, okay, we can do T-shirts. Can we keep them an exclusive for Kickstarter? What am I missing?
Paul Quinn, meeples were named by Beaker. Thank you, everyone, for the applause, and thank you, Matt. That reminds me of
So I'm just, I guess, being a little too Scrooge-ish, a little too stingy or selfish on this one, but I just didn't want to have to juggle a full stock of T-shirts and travel with them to cons, because I do believe that we will get to a point where we can actually collect together at conventions again. I believe that will happen.
the meeples by Beaker reminded me of a song that I have never played.
Are you going to play it?
I will.
Oh my gosh.
Part of it anyway. I don't know how long we'll hold out here, but
This is just a bonus track.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Dr. Beaker comes to me, speaking words of wisdom.
Meep, meep, meep.
And when the paper clips need tasting, he's standing there right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Meep, meep, meep. 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 Squeaky words of wisdom. Meep, meep, meep. Anyway, I don't have the voice to do it up in my falsetto, but that's what it's intended to be.
At first I thought you were gonna do the chicken soup one.
Oh gosh.
Erica's written more than a couple, or done more than a couple Muppets themed songs.
I wrote a song for FOM one year that was The Swedish Chef Sings the Blues.
The blues.
That's entirely written in Swedish Chef voice.
With occasional meep meeps from me on that one.
And then the chicken at the end.
Yeah.
It got weird.
Yes.
So yes, we are very silly.
We are.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I did the meep 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 thing. I did all 3 or 4 verses from the Beatles. I rewrote as.
If there's a demo of that still in our possession, we'll make sure that winds up as a bonus track on the back catalog level.
Yeah, the back catalog level is going to have a lot of really odd things and a lot of not so odd things, but You never know. If you guys want, Swedish Chef Sings the Blues will be on that USB drive, as well as possibly the Land Party Nightmare.
Oh, that one's going on. You don't get an option on that. People need to hear that song, and there's no way we can ever perform it live.
So the background on this is I've had chronic migraines now for 20 some odd years. 1 year.
I feel like you've been saying 20 some odd years for well over a decade.
Don't remind me that I'm old. Don't remind me that I'm old. Anyway, there was a year for FALM where I had, for some of you who maybe have had like migraines know that sometimes because your brain is affected, your dreams get to be very, very bizarre, or it can be because neurological impairment. There was this dream that I had that I woke up from with a fright, that I had gone to a LAN party back in the day when you used to do LAN parties all the time. And I showed up to the LAN party and Phyllis Diller was there. And I couldn't get my computer to work, and Phyllis Diller was mocking me the entire time. And then when I finally got in and started playing Quake, Phyllis Diller destroyed everyone, including me. And then I woke up. And then wrote it down because it was FALM, and you just go with stuff. So I made this weird, bizarre track about Phyllis Diller cackling in delight about headshots in Quake. Yeah.
So that one will be on the back catalog flash drive. This is the only way you'll ever hear it, because this song, there's no way we can perform it live. It's just it's a.
There's no way we'd want to. No.
I think Come and Get Your Chicken will be on there too.
Oh gosh. So speaking of weirdness and chickens, how many of you are aware of Nextdoor? It's like a website about the neighborhood. When we moved here, we signed up for Nextdoor, and
He did. I wasn't aware.
just to keep up on neighborhood news. And there was a point in February this last year where someone had posted on Nextdoor, there's a chicken outside my door. If it's yours, please come and get him. And I'm like, oh, that's gotta be a song. So I literally, for this year for FALM, I wrote a song called Come and Get Your Chicken that's just silly and bizarre because you can. Shauna's now like, please play it.
I think instead we'll play the silly song the really bizarre silly song that is actually going to be on this album.
Okay, that's fair.
This song is possibly the most Midwestern song we have ever written. First, let me just say, if you are not familiar with Lutefisk, do a quick Wikipedia search to get a little info on it.
And then forgive us afterwards.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm having issues.
That's okay.
This is what I get for not wanting to wear the bass all the time. Wait, no. I was looking here for, Come and Get Your Chicken. No, we're not doing that one. We're doing that one. Okay.
1, 2, 3. When the moon is full, they feel their hungers pull, rise up from the graves where they lay, shamble all about with their arms stretching out, searching for a meal that's soft and gray. The strangest thing I ever saw, instead of moans, they groan out, oof da. Lutefisk zombie.
Oof da.
Lutefisk zombie.
Oh yeah.
They ate so much life, their bodies didn't die. Ludicrous zombie.
I could eat.
Oh. One night they did lurch to the last Lutheran church that was putting on a ludicrous feast. Shambled all about, with their arms stretching out, to take their undead life-ish needs. They skip past the hot dish and the lefse for the fish. It looks like Jello from the depths of hell. I guess we can't complain. They're not trying to eat our brains. They're only drawn to that unholy smell. The pastor tried to calm them down, but they dropped him in the butter till he drowned. Ludicrous zombie.
Ooh, yeah.
Ludicrous zombie.
Sure, you betcha.
Skin's as cold as ice, they're still Minnesota nice. Ludicrous zombie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Got a plan to lift this curse before it gets much worse. But what are the odds that it will succeed?
About the same as the Vikings winning the Super Bowl.
Ew. We'll buy cod by the ton, and then comes the fun. We'll make so much they'll explode when they feed.
Ew.
Which one of you guys is getting started with a lie?
Not it.
Not it. No. Ludicrous zombie.
Oh yeah.
Ludicrous zombie.
Old enough for ya?
Shoot them in the brain, someone might complain. Ludicrous zombie.
Oof da.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Don't you know?
Let's go get some bars.
I want to say the first time we performed that in a large setting was actually streaming, and one of our audience members was...
Carl Noren from Sweden.
Yeah.
And
Giving us a little bit of a hard time over that one.
oh gosh.
Yes, I promise you the LAN party song will be on the USB drive.
Oh wow, we are so close to $1,000.
Wow.
Wow, y'all.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate this.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. We appreciate it.
Oh. Real quick. It's just about time for anybody who wants to leave, so let's just real quick.
Okay.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The way the country's going, we're stuck before we begin. Need to look far, far away, bring the right guy in. Say he's a scoundrel, well we already got some of those. Know this one will get things done, so here's what I propose. Han Solo for president! Han Solo for president! You know he's the one, 'cause he's fastest on the gun. Han Solo for president! Han Solo for president! And you know that he's our man. You may think he'll take the cash, then just run away. But he'll come back at the wire, totally save the day. Comes with his own protection, who is furry and 7 feet tall. You know he's got the alien boat, he's the bravest of them all. Han Solo for president! Han Solo for president! He's the the best we can get. 'Cause we can't get Boba Fett.
Han Solo for president. Han Solo for president.
And you know that he's our man. Jackass won't work on him. Will he save the galaxy? How do you get them to hate a guy who set the Ewoks free?
Don't answer that.
He's used to adoration. He was mistaken for a god.
Or lunch.
Even if winning is a long shot, never tell him the odds.
Han Solo for president. Han Solo for president.
Better not give him lip. Bet he's handy with a whip.
Han Solo for president. Han Solo for president.
And you know that he's our man.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah,
He may look roughy, but further in deep. He's the best man for the job. That is our belief.
Hand, 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 he's a man. If he can't do it, Chewie can.
Got no time for committees. Don't mistake him for a goon. Who needs a SEAL team? He rescues VIPs from a moon.
That's no moon.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You know he'll get things moving. Look how fast he did the castle run. Imagine all the awesome when the Falcon is Air Force One.
Han Solo for president. Han Solo for president.
If we didn't get this right, there's always carbonite.
Han Solo for president. Han Solo for president.
And you know it's not his fault. He's the president.
Han Solo, he's our only hope.
I'm so used to saying thank you, good night after that song.
I saw you were going for it.
I was.
Well, there are some people I'm sure that are leaving for the
and
debates.
Thank you, everyone who stuck around. And, I totally understand going to the debate and everything. That's cool. We're not watching the debate.
Because we're here with you.
We're here with you, and we're so happy you're here with us. And, yeah. What a long, strange trip it's been. Thanks, Notbot. Indeed.
Yes,
Vote.
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 In fact, there's the voting mixtape, the giant mixtape.
Yeah, so the Double Clicks put together this massive mixtape that the proceeds go to the voter registration center that helps groups that might not normally have access to be able to get out to votes, like single mothers and things like that. That basically gives them rides and does other support functions to allow them to be able to vote and just try and maximize voter participation. And we were honored to be part of it. We donated a song to this massive mixtape with some just amazing artists. Just huge. Any donation amount gets you the full mixtape. It's like 50-some, at least 50-some tracks. Some of it is comedy, like stand-up comedy. Some of it's music of every flavor. It's amazing. So definitely, if you have a spare buck, check it out. But at a minimum, vote.
Yes. Well, we understand a lot of you are going to watch the debate, and we totally respect that. We're not trying to guilt you or anything. We just wanted to send you off to it with a, yes, with an appropriate song.
Peach came and gave
Her opinion.
her diva debut, and
She does that.
yes,
She's actually a very chatty kitty, so I'm impressed that she hasn't joined in on more of our songs.
yeah, it's sort of. So the funny thing is, our other cat, Stout, was.
She was always our musical kitty, but her health is declining. She's 17, so
She's currently hiding in her cat carrier and has been for days because
She's just not feeling all that well.
but normally when we would play, she would have to be like right here. And in fact, she used to try and steal Jen's fingers in the middle of practice.
She would be owning my fingers as I was playing the bass.
Whereas
She used to come over Eric's shoulder
and try and own my face and like try and
while he
steal
was
my
singing.
breath while I was singing. And then Peach would be like nowhere to be found. She would run away.
She'd like, yeah, run and hide.
And since we moved here, it's almost been kind of like the opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cats, what are you going to do?
Backup vocalist Peach, yes.
Yes.
So the funny thing is, and maybe I don't know if you guys would even want this. I put out 2/3 solo CDs before we started doing stuff with the Faithful Sidekicks.
The Toy Garden, A Little Light. What's the other one?
You could argue that I had online only for the work mix, minute or like working compilation. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, okay.
And then I had the
And the Lewis EP.
and the Lewis EP.
Okay.
On the very first album, I have a song called Stout and Alba that was written in the Stray Cats style that was about
Our cats at the time,
who
who were about a year old.
And
these, so for back up just a touch, Eric had wanted to have cats ever since he was like a toddler in age. He was desperate to have a cat his whole growing up, and his parents never let him have any cats.
for good reasons, but
Yeah, I had cats growing up, but they were barn cats mostly. So Stout and Alba were the first cats he ever got to have. Hi, Christina. So yes, writing a song for them made perfect sense, and we still play it, usually just jamming when we're like in the mood, you know.
anyway, we actually recorded them for that song, and it would always be like when we didn't want them to meow and howl and things, when they'd make it, as soon as the microphone came out, they would not make noise at all.
Yeah, when we were trying to record them for the song, oh my gosh,
It was just, yeah.
it's ridiculous.
We're doing well, Christina. Very well, because we've hit almost $1,000, and that's
awesome.
amazing. It's awesome. You guys are just awesome. Thank you so much. We are, as you may know, we're back in our house. We were displaced by fire for about 4 days.
About 4 days.
And yes, Peach, you can't see her, but you can certainly hear her probably. Thank you, Kari. See so many names of people, and that I.
So many lovely friends of ours that have come to support us.
Yes. So the trick is, if you ever decide that you want your cats as a backup vocalist, try and get them to record when you don't need them to record, and then of course it'll work. But speaking of, should we play another song?
Yeah. You've been talking about Stout and Alba. Do we actually want to play that one, or do we want to play something from the album that we're working on?
Do you guys want a song about cats or something from the album? Thank you, Stephanie. We would love to come back to MarsCon and Convergence both. MarsCon has always been a special treat for us. That was kind of, Beth Kinderman runs one of the best room parties ever. It's a music circle, and just so many great people and so many great comedy musicians, and just, it's a great con. It was like one of our first cons where we really kind of connected into it, and yeah, MarsCon. Convergence is awesome. It's huge, but it's awesome. But yeah, we miss y'all. Rye says album. Christina says both.
Both at the same time. So, what do we want to do?
Let's do something.
How about Good Day? I have no clue. I start on G, if that helps.
No, we're fine.
Yeah, not meep, meep, meep. I know. I was just thinking if I'm playing Good Good Day, I don't think you should be singing meep, meep, meep.
No.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I paid off some debts I owe. I checked in the last piece of code. I learned how to use the force. I got an A in my practical physics course.
He survived.
Made it to level 85. Beat the boss and got back alive. I earned myself a brand new name. I broke the record of the Starfighter game.
Welcome to the Star League.
My ship didn't burst into flame. I stole a gun back from a thief who has too many names.
Yeah, Yosef Bridge.
It's been a good
day. It's been a good day.
Nothing you can say take my joy away. It's been a good
great day.
Got a lot of good advice. A passerby said something nice. Came up with a catchy tune. Today is the day we got back to the moon. I did the thing to make me leave.
Oh boy.
Said a poem so beautifully deep. I shut down an obnoxious creep. Got 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep.
And it was everything I thought it could be.
Got to pet a friend's new kitty cat. Saved my love from the fire swamp after wrestling a giant rat.
RUSs, I don't believe they exist.
It's been a good
day. It's been a good day.
Nothing you can say take my joy away. It's been a good califragilistic,
excellent, great day.
It's hard to see happiness when there's fire all around.
Sometimes literally.
It's hard to let your dreams take flight when worries nailed you to the ground. But I won't let them divide us. I won't let the dark side in. 'Cause when they steal our joy from us, that's when the bad guys win.
Not today.
I finally learned to understand. I held into a loved one's hand. I was there to heal a broken heart. I helped a stranger make a new start. Took the time to cherish precious life. I made a choice and raised my voice to defend some human rights. Good
day. It's been a good day.
Nothing you can say take my joy away. It's been a good, great day. Oh, it's been such a good day.
And I promise on the album I sing the right words.
So do I. I don't remember when I've had 8 hours of sleep. Oh. I feel you, Rye. I feel you. Yeah.
It's everything I dreamed it could be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Apparently we're doing both. Okay. Little black fur with your tail so light. Don't need to worry, don't need to fight. 'Cause if you get dinner, everything is alright. 'Cause it's alright tonight. It's alright tonight. The dog's inside tonight. No need to hurry, no need to fight. 'Cause it's alright tonight. Little striped fur huddled on the ground. Grab a red dot and chase it around. Sleeping in a lap, a stressless mound. 'Cause it's alright tonight. It's alright tonight. The dog's inside tonight. No need to hurry, no need to fight. 'Cause it's alright tonight. Little cats with a life so rough, sleeping all day then jumping on stuff. Don't need to worry if they have enough, 'cause it's alright tonight. It's alright tonight. The dog's inside tonight. No need to hurry, no need to fight, 'cause it's alright tonight. It's alright tonight. The dog's inside tonight. No need to hurry, no need to fight, 'cause it's alright tonight, tonight. Yay!
We hit 1K.
We hit
Yay,
over 1,000.
thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh, wow.
What's the line? Our unnecessarily circuitous plan is 1/7 complete.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't written a song for Futurama yet.
No, we haven't. That's we make some oblique references to it, but it's sometimes difficult to write songs about comedy shows because
True.
they're already funny and
right.
they already have such great music and that's kind of why, you know, it almost feels like we should learn like a song from Futurama and just play it as a cover.
That makes sense. But I'd want it to be the opera. That might be a little bit much.
Well, I don't see any danger in gambling with a stranger because my head's of such a most amazing thickness. Random Futurama reference. What else do we have going on in the... We have the art from
The art?
Yes. So, the image that's up is actually an earlier version, I think.
And it's cut off anyway.
Well, it's cut off.
So.
But, the what's on
the
CD
awkward family photo.
Yeah. So we did write songs about The Princess Bride. We've written several, and actually, it's been a long time goal to write some, but our friends in Copyright Leader
had written an
Copyright Leader,
entire album of songs for The Princess Bride.
and it was one of those like,
And they were wonderful songs.
They did it all already, and then we.
Don't write a song about that. About what? Justice
Leia.
Thank you, Shauna. Oh, the dog episode. Yeah, no, that's heartbreaking. I cannot watch that episode anymore. I can't. That song is that episode is just heartbreaking.
You want to know something kind of funny? So on our last album, the last album was called Achievement Unlocked, and it was based on the premise of what if life was more like a video game. That premise actually was stolen from
Futurama.
Tales of Interest Part 2 or whatever it was, where they get to ask the what if machine a question, and Fry asked what if life was more like a video game, and so then it's them doing, Space Invaders in real life, and we just thought the concept was funny, but we thought we'd transport it to where we are now, and that's kind of how Achievement Unlocked came about. But we've written several Princess Bride songs now, including one is going on the album. We had a couple that we both were sloting for the album, so we were talking about how we had that big spreadsheet of there's all these songs. One of the ones that was going on the album for a long time was a song called Skip to the End.
For the impressive clergyman. Eric actually would get to start the song by doing the beginning of the speech.
Marriage is what brings us together today. Anyway, it was fun, but then we wrote a commercial for iocane powder that's kind of a rocker up-tempo song, and we enjoy it a lot. And it came down to, all right, if you have to put one on the album,
if you only get to put one on the album,
which one's going to be? Now, originally, because we've had over a year to plan this thing in some ways, we were going to do an EP as a stretch goal, and we might, if we actually are in range to need to
worry about such things. But
that was going to be called Sales of Interest. That was a bunch of commercials, including a commercial for the Klingon credit card company called Today is a Good Day to Buy, written by a Ferengi.
Of course.
There was the commercial for the drug Forcetal.
That will get rid of the midichlorian infestation in your blood so you don't have to feel the force at all.
One for the operating system for wands from the Harry Potter universe called Wandos.
Wando S,
yeah. With dual core wands and overclocking your wands.
And there's one for... There was one for the Hitchhiker's Flight School that was in consideration for that. It's where you learn how to throw yourself at the ground and miss. And one for Eagle Air.
Yes. The only way to get around in Middle Earth is just charter a flight on Eagle Air. And so we had a bunch of these commercial ideas, and we've written...
We had figured iocane was going to be on that, but we just couldn't let it go. So iocane's on this album.
So it's possible that instead we'll put Skip to the End on the Stretch Goal EP if that ends up being...
If it happens.
We are at 1,100, so...
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. This is great.
This is wonderful.
Should we do iocane?
We can do iocane. You guys want to hear a song about poison? Well, it's our show, so we're going to do it anyway, I guess.
Okay.
I keep forgetting there's like this delay. I want everyone to say yes, and then there's a 30-second delay.
Yeah. Okay. For a gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoonful of arsenic, add a half teaspoonful of strychnine, and then just a pinch of cyanide.
Should have quite a kick.
Oh, indeed.
No, record scratch. Great assassins are no better than cheap thugs. They'll put any old thing in their target's mugs. Wanna show you're a pro? Let me make it plain. There is no better way than using iocane. 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 It's a deadly wonder. Iocane. Not a classic wonder. Iocane.
conversations
I-okay.
an assassin's
I-okay.
friend.
I-okay. I-okay.
Don't need to find a way to get it in their ear somehow. It has no taste, it has no smell, you might be drinking it right now. Give a little stir and watch it instantly dissolve. Now you got a riddle only the smartest man can solve.
You've heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates.
Yes.
Morons.
I-okay.
I-okay. I-okay.
It's a deadly wonder.
I-okay.
Not a classic blunder.
I-okay.
Conversations
I-okay.
an assassin's
I-okay.
friend.
I-okay. I-okay.
Trusted as number one in the criminal community. It's nearly foolproof unless you develop immunity.
Drat that pirate.
You want a name that citizens will dread. There's only one choice when you need somebody dead.
Or mostly dead. I-okay. I-okay. I-okay.
It's a deadly wonder.
I-okay.
Not a classic blunder.
I-okay.
Conversations
I-okay.
an assassin's
I-okay.
friend.
I-okay. I-okay. I-okay.
Not available in stores.
I-okay.
Used only as directed.
I-okay.
Iocane is a registered trademark of Australia
I-okay.
Pharmaceuticals.
I-okay.
Sold your local
I-okay.
Sold your local mortician.
I-okay.
Iocane is right for you.
I-okay. May cause death.
Local mortician.
You wrote that
I
line.
know.
Yay.
Thank you.
Hi, Jerry. Did we actually say much about the art?
We referenced Becky and said
Yeah.
that the art is awesome, but I'm not sure that we've actually spent much time on it.
I guess easily distracted.
We are easily distracted. Squirrel.
Yay.
Thank you, Gabrielle.
So we had this song that we'll play in a little bit about this family of monsters that they all love each other, but they're all really different from each other. You've got a banshee and a mermaid and a werewolf and a zombie and a mummy and so on and so forth. And
the song got to start from we were kind of riffing on this idea about family reunions and the kind of like the arguments that come out over like the Thanksgiving table, except for, you know, what if it was like a D&D party where the barbarian just gets up and just cuts the table in half in the middle of an argument. And, you know, and then it kind of transformed from there. We started thinking about this kind of mishmashed monsters that sort of almost ended up being kind of like the Addams Family or the Munsters or something. That was totally secondary. We had already written all this stuff after that. But then, like, we started talking about a vampire. I literally popped out the idea. His name is Vincent.
and he's your cousin.
And he's your cousin. He's your cousin Vincent, the vampire. And then it's like, well, then he must have been bitten when he was a Ute. And
That's kind of where it started. It went
Thank
from
you,
there.
Shauna.
Thank you, Shauna.
But the thing that, as we started working with it, the thing that struck us was that
that sense of family, and that we've got family and extended family, and the thing that binds them together isn't necessarily blood but love,
right?
And you've got all these people that come from these completely different, werewolf versus a vampire versus a mummy versus, they're all completely different, but they're all bound together by love. And that to me seemed an important thing, a thing that we need more of.
So then we brought this strange, very family together, brought this to Rebecca Hicks, who has a background in monster art. She did for quite some time The Littlest Vampire webcomic, and she seemed to like it, and thought of amazing. And thought, what this song makes me think of, or what it, the imagery for it, is the awkward family photos from like the 70s and 80s. And so that's where the idea for the art that germinated from there and grew out to what you can see on our Kickstarter page.
So if you back at the art level, you'll get an art print. She's also, I think one of the tiers is a custom art.
Custom artwork. You do that's the $100 level. That includes our back catalog with including the flash drive with all of our CDs, plus all those bonus tracks like "Come and Get Your Chicken" and "The Land Party Nightmare" and all and the Meeps, the blues song.
Oh, the Swedish Chef.
The Swedish Chef sings the blues and all that kind of stuff, and probably the grunge version of Phenomena.
We can do that if people want. if you want Muppet grunge, we can accommodate.
But that level also comes, and the T-shirt and the Meeple 4-pack and stickers but it will also be an 8x10 custom art created by Rebecca Hicks, which I think is a fantastic idea.
She is phenomenal, y'all. I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
And you can check out her other work at Lunacy Studios. So
we have several pieces of hers, and we love them. They're fantastic. I highly recommend the Dragon Brothers coffee.
Yes. Today is apparently National Coffee Day.
Today is National Coffee Day. Again, coincidental. We didn't mean to pick things on National Coffee Day, but we certainly can play songs about coffee.
So we had said we're running till a few minutes ago. Should we? Do you guys
want us to keep playing? We don't want to be here like It's really hard when you're just talking to a camera to know if we're talking into the void or what. But we'll continue to keep streaming and playing if you guys want to keep hearing stuff, or we can.
At least for a while, because I will need dinner at some point.
Well, yeah.
Jen needs food badly.
Jen needs food badly. But we don't want to. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Because we don't want to. We don't want to be the uninvited guest that just refuses to leave. I mean, you can turn us off at any time, but at the same point.
Right. It's National Coffee Day. Did we want to do Think of the Beans?
Sure.
Okay. Dipping into our dipping into our older tracks again.
Yeah. So this is a song that was written 2005? And then
yes.
And then we never recorded it.
I kept saying, put it on this album, No, it's too silly to be on this album. This is a serious album. Okay. Next album. Put it. No, I'm not gonna. This is
Thank you, Sonny. So yeah, we finally got around to putting it on an album on was it the last record?
It was on Star.Star.
It was on Star.Star.
So finally he was willing to let me say, no, it's a comedy song. It's silly. It's fun. It's light. This whole album is going to be silly stuff. We should do it. KS. I use KS to abbreviate for Kickstarter if I wrote something.
Yeah, I think Sunny was congratulating on the Kickstarter. start.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
the Kickstarter is here. It is for raising money for our CD for those of you who are tuning in. If you want to like pre-order basically or kind of help support us into making the CD is expensive, y'all. Especially when you're going to a pro studio and actually spending hours. We're doing our best to optimize the amount of time so that when we are in the studio, we're super focused and get things done quickly. But Star was our first Faithful Sidekicks album.
to be clear, he had released several albums under the name Eric Distad that were serious music before
Serious
we
folk stuff, mostly serious anyway.
Mostly serious. Before we started doing the Faithful Sidekicks and doing like overtly geek things. He had songs, he'd always been writing geek songs. He was just hiding his sources. So he'd make sure the song sounded serious and would make it oblique as to what the source material was and would never admit it. He spent years doing that, and finally
she wore me down.
Yeah, willing to just embrace the geek.
Anyway, I was saying something before that. I don't even remember what it was.
I'm sorry.
Kickstarter. Yeah. So, we're here to try and raise money for that Kickstarter and try and meet that goal. If you're new to Kickstarter, understand that it's an all or nothing. We set a goal based on what it's going to cost us to make the album.
And if we don't raise the goal, then you get
nothing.
You get nothing, but you don't pay anything either. Right now, what you're saying is, I'll pay $10 to get a digital download of the album, or I'll pay $20 to get the physical CD and stickers and the digital album. And if we fund it, then you'll pay that money, and we'll actually get you the things. So.
But if it doesn't reach that $7,000 goal, they don't charge you, and we basically then have to decide what we're gonna do. We're gonna make the CD one way or the other. It just may end up being different if we don't fund, and we really hope and pray that's not the case. We would really like to fund. We'd really like to make all these things and give them to you, and
yes,
and we really appreciate everyone who's been supporting us and helping out, and it means a lot.
It really
and now
does.
we're going to play a song about coffee.
Yes.
They are ground, and you boil them until they are drowned. Won't anyone think of the beans? Won't anyone think of the beans? Their magic is strong, especially when black. They can rouse the dead, bring the tired back. The smell alone gets you out of the sack. Won't anyone think of the beans? Of the beans, grind without mercy, then throw them away. They've done their job, save the day. Their garbage can rest is all of their pay. Won't anyone think of the beans? Won't anyone think of the beans?
poor little beans.
Okay, you might want to double check that you haven't suddenly turned on harmony vocals.
It says it's off.
Okay. Learned that the hard way, that that can accidentally get turned on. We did more than half of a show with him singing and speaking in harmony without realizing it.
Maybe we should. Do y'all have any questions? I mean, we can sit here blab all night. If you get us talking about the album and our music and things, it's be a long night. But we don't want to. If there are questions or burning thoughts, we'd love to hear from y'all. I don't want to. You got me monologuing.
You really want that spit take, don't you?
So close.
That's one thing I really wonder. He actually wrote, I don't know if you caught it, in Iocane, he literally wrote a spot for me to do a spit take in the middle of a song while I'm playing bass. That it's just not functionally doable for me. I'm sorry. My hands are busy. And I need to drink in order to do the spit take. And sound equipment.
We've never turned the fan on.
We didn't.
No.
Sorry. I'm sorry if the audio's been bad because we've got a fan running here. Suppose I can turn the fan off.
The 6-1 app doesn't have at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, 14 songs on the album.
Oh, good. Yay.
They range the gamut from things like Meeple Love and another
And
song.
Spoons.
We haven't done Spoons. We probably could do that. That's the most.
Thank you, Teresa. To, on the other end of the spectrum, things like Lutefisk, Zombies, and Iocane. There's songs that we haven't done yet that'll be on the album, like Captain Boomerang. It's the Future.
There's
Spoons.
a couple of songs that we ended up adding a little bit later to make it to 14.
We worked so hard to cut it down to 12, and then we decided, I'm sorry. We can't do it. We can't. So 14 it is.
There's a song on the album for all you Avatar: The Last Airbender fans, called Captain Boomerang. That one we felt a little bit weird about because the few times we've played it, we played it once live in like a music circle,
and literally one person in the circle was familiar with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And then
that person seemed to like the song, but everybody else was kind of lost.
What was the last song cut?
Oh gosh. That is an excellent question.
Looking at the spreadsheet.
I will say we almost cut It's the Future because we were afraid it would sound more like we were complaining rather than looking for improvement to happen.
There's a couple. There's actually a couple of songs that did not make the cut. There's one called The Stare.
Oh, yes.
That is a cat song about their amazing ability to
control you by
Mind
staring
control,
at you.
Hypno-cat. One that was another Princess Bride song that...
oh, yeah, skip to the end.
Well, no, there's also Waiting Around to Kill You.
Oh. I don't even remember that one.
You use the same wind that we use.
Oh, yes. Okay, yep.
cut the rope you were climbing, but you started climbing up once more. I don't know who you are, but I don't think you'll reach the top. I don't think you'll ever stop. Anyway, yeah, it was a song written from the point of view of Inigo Montoya, and
Right, I had totally forgotten about that. Maybe we'll manage to get the stair onto the as a bonus track on the flash drive.
another one that got cut
But
was
Sorry, I'm just seeing why Card had seen the song title Captain Boomerang and that we were talking about the villain from the Flash. And we're sorry about that. When we wrote Captain Boomerang, we weren't familiar with the villain yet and found out about it after he'd written the song. We're like, we'll just make sure there's a note on there or something that it's about Sokka.
Yeah, we had the idea for it a while back, and it was in the notebook of things. And at the time, like the Flash TV show wasn't in existence, and weren't really familiar with Captain Boomerang as it was only afterwards when you started asking people. Oh yeah, I mean oh shoot, oops. So. And that was part of the reason we thought about dropping it from the album, because we didn't want it to be confusing, but ultimately it came down to we like the song enough, and the last two albums we've featured unlikely heroes. So there's Fatty Bulger from the first album and Neville Longbottom from the last album, and we feel like Sokka's another one of those characters that is a hero that doesn't necessarily get his due sometimes, though he gets more due than, say, Fatty Bulger did.
Right.
But there's a lot to admire about Sokka, and so we wanted to bring that up. Another one of the ones that got dropped was New Worlds, New Words.
Oh, yeah.
Boardwalk Blues and the biggest board game in the world, and Words in Our Head, which is a song about a Terry Pratchett book called Feet of Clay, and Smartphone Charger Blues, which is a straight-up blues song about a smartphone trying to take over the car. Yeah, lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
You see our problem?
How about we play a song that is on the album?
Okay, let's do that. What are you thinking?
Are Kind of Strange.
Okay. Cousin Vincent's a vampire. He was bitten when he was a youth.
What's a Ute?
Cousin Wally the werewolf likes his fur and curls 'cause they're cute.
Only it's made to the natural curl.
Sister Molly's a mermaid whose showers are always too long.
She done yet?
The Aunt Bee is a banshee who's always breaking out in song.
She's a beast.
Now looking to be normal, we feel no need to change. We love each one just as they are, 'cause they're our kind of strange. He may be a zombie, but he's still my father, 'cause our love is thicker than water. She may be Medusa, but she's still my daughter, because our love is thicker than water, because our love is thicker than water. Cousin Basil the basilisk studies optometry.
One or two.
My dad keeps his room full of sand 'cause he's married to a mummy.
Are you my mummy?
Cousin Bob, before he was cursed, was a shy librarian. Now he's in anger management. He's a barbarian. 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 Now
looking to be normal, we feel no need to change. We love each one just as they are, 'cause they're our kind of strange. He may be my father, but he's still my father. Because our love is thicker than water. She may be Medusa, she's still my daughter. Because our love is thicker than water. Because our love is thicker than water. Family's more than bloodlines. Our bond is beyond the skin. It's not the scales on the outside, it's the heart within.
Or without, in the case of the undead.
Fair.
We found her in the forest. She was weird to our eyes. She looked so human average, that was her disguise. She didn't have magic powers, the moon didn't make her change. She became one of our own. She's our kind of strange. She may not be Medusa, but she's still our daughter. Because our love is thicker than water. Doesn't matter how we found her, just that we love her. Because our love is thicker than water. Because our love is thicker, so much thicker than water.
Yeah, Wildcard, you are right. There is definitely there's a bunch of tracks that we've released for Patreon. So we released 2 songs a month. We try and write brand new songs a month for Patreon. We do at least 2 songs a month, sometimes more. Probably most of those tracks will go on the USB drive. That's not to discourage any Patreon members from picking up the USB drive, but we appreciate the Patreon supporters so very, very much.
We really do. Thank you.
I mean, it's kind of what's kept us going to some degree. It's nice getting views and comments. So we do weekly videos for Weekly Geek Out that are a mixture of board game reviews and lyric videos and songs.
Like live performance kind of songs.
We do 2 songs a month for Patreon. Adding a Kickstarter on top of that may have been
ambitious.
A tall order. But the Patreon members have been super great. If you guys want new songs every month, you can certainly check out our Patreon. We're going to continue to put songs out on Patreon for as long as y'all keep wanting them, until we keel over from exhaustion or something.
Hi, Alex.
Yay! But the stuff that's going on the USB drive, in some cases, are going to be some deep cuts, some things that were
Some of the tracks we've talked about are very old tracks that have never been released in any format. There are a couple of them that were on FOM, and then we figured they would just disappear after that, and they have up to this point. But
yeah, the only way you would have them is if you had downloaded them in 2009 when they were on FOM.
Right.
So it's possible you maybe heard them if you were following us in FOM in 2009 or 2010 or 11
or
whatever.
8 or whatever.
But I mean,
yeah.
the kind of the secret story is, as Jen alluded to before, we were writing geeky, nerdy stuff all along. We just sort of
hid them.
We'd put it on a FOM and then just never speak of it again. And because, you know, we still had that little bit of that idea that nerds are going to get picked on, or maybe people aren't going to respect that artwork. I definitely for a long time had this thing that if I'm not saying deep philosophical truth, then I'm wasting my time. And yet mostly what I watch and listen to is comedy and lighter fare. And Don't get me wrong, there's definitely a place for those deep philosophical folk songs. I love them very much. I'll continue writing them. But sometimes you just need to bring light and joy. And if you can at all make the world a better place, a more beautiful place, do it. We need all the beauty and all the love and all the light we can give. There's no room for anything else, it seems like. Yeah. So, do the thing. And we have done the thing. We're up to 1275.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, everyone. Wow.
Thank you so much.
This is awesome. You guys are awesome.
I think the hunger is starting to hit. So do we want to end with one last song?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if that's cool with y'all, I think we're gonna wrap it up. But we're gonna do one more song, and the question is:
are we doing something serious like Spoons, or something lighter like Phantoms Assemble, or Sancho Panza, or Princess is more of a serious one again? It's the Future. How about It's the Future?
I was thinking Phantoms Assemble.
Okay, Phantoms Assemble.
But I'm debating between Spoons and Phantoms Assemble.
Well, okay, Spoons. Spoons is kind of a serious one to end on, but...
Well, then maybe we do two.
Okay. If I have enough spoons for it.
Teresa points out that food is important. She is correct. Food is important.
Or maybe you do a little talking and I do a little snacking.
There's that too.
As can I. Eric actually got me a shirt for Christmas a couple years ago that just says in big text, "I'm sorry for what I said when I was hungry." And it's shocking how often that shirt is needed on the day I'm wearing it. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm snitching a few crackers while he's figuring things out. Apparently he's done figuring things out and not saying anything, so I guess one cracker's all I get right now.
I'm sorry.
I normally intro this song while he's tuning. We both have chronic health problems. Not meaning to like... Yes, you do. We both have chronic health problems. There are a lot of people out there that do, and quite often they are invisible. Like somebody looking like, oh, you don't look sick. There was someone put on the internet something called spoon theory as a way to explain to people who are completely healthy what it's like living with chronic health problems. This song is called Spoons.
You ready?
Yeah.
Moment by moment, measure by measure, assessing each breath, count each endeavor. Where others are running, our triumph is to stand. Each breath is underwater, I struggle not to drown. Where they are floating forward, you have weights pulling down. Struggle through each wave and try to remember land. Spend each precious drop of life, one spoonful at a time.
You can't dance your life away to someone else's tunes. At the end of the day, you only have so many spoons. You can't keep running in the air like a coyote in cartoons. At the end of the day, you only have so many spoons.
money till you're not in on the joke. Take time by the handful and feel each grain of sand. No need to hoard their pennies, 'cause they've never been poor. No yearning for a gold line, and they're not keeping score. Don't wish to be like them, just wish they'd understand. Spend each precious drop of life, one spoonful at a time.
You can't dance your life away to someone else's tunes. At the end of the day, you only have so many spoons. You can't keep running in the air like a coyote in cartoons. At the end of the day, you only have so many spoons.
You only have so long before the well runs dry. You only have so much to give. You can make your path from a map that is a lie. There's so much more to life than just to live.
You can't dance your life away to someone else's tunes. At the end of the day, you only have so many spoons. You can't keep running in the air like a coyote in cartoons. At the end of the day, you only have so many spoons. So many spoons.
You only have,
So many spoons.
you only have,
So many spoons.
you only have, you only have, you only have, you only have
So many spoons.
I think the battery in the camera just died.
Oops. I think that might be the end of the concert then. The end of the
Yep.
hangout time.
I do have a spare battery, but it'll take me a minute to swap it out.
Okay.
Do you want me to swap it out?
Maybe so we can actually sign off properly. Can they at least hear us right now?
I believe so.
Okay.
We can ask them and they can tell us.
Well, I'm sorry the video gave out in the middle of that song. Hopefully you're at least able to hear it. And hear us right now, or at least me. Oh, good. Yeah, we use Eric's DSLR for the video, and the battery in it died. We're switching out the battery right now just so we can like wave goodbye and all that. But I think we are gonna be calling it a night so that I can actually get my dinner. I'm so glad you can at least hear us. And it looks like video is back up, but it's mostly so we can say goodnight and thank you.
Camera's out of spoons.
Yep.
You are correct. Thank you so much, everyone. This has
Yes,
really
thank
been
you.
amazing, and honestly,
We-
we're farther than I thought we would be.
Really, really appreciate the support and you coming and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Is that yeah, probably why your video froze. Yes. Sorry about that.
I think the camera battery was the video freezing was probably the camera battery kind of
Dying.
dying. So honestly, this is the longest we've actually streamed
Right.
this camera. So
Yeah.
now we know.
So, yeah,
2 hours
now we know.
is about what we get.
Yeah. Little under that.
A little under 2 hours, but you
But
know.
thank you all so much for coming out and hanging out with us and for helping us get to 1276. This is a huge start for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
And tell your friends about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we want to keep bringing you good stuff. We really want to make this thing happen and get it into your hands. We're really happy, really excited.
And we really think you're going to like the end result.
And yeah, I mean, if you want more stuff, we have lots of stuff on like YouTube, and you can always check out our Patreon. We have a bunch of free stuff there too. Those are always we want to keep making stuff that you guys like and connect with you, and
Yes.
and this is a big, I wouldn't say risky step, but it's definitely
It feels like we're taking a huge risk here, but
it does
it's
feel like we're taking like this giant sort of leap,
but
and
we're loving that you're able to come together with us, so we can make this together. That's huge and feels very rewarding. So thank you.
and we want you all to stay safe.
Yes. Stay safe. Treat yourself kindly. Be kind to yourself,
And
because this is a very stressful time still.
we're
and
looking
it's-
forward to the day when we can see you all in
Yes.
person and
Yes.
be able to hear you and see you and talk to you and play music with you all. We miss people.
Yeah.
Cats are not great audiences, especially when they start bathing themselves in the middle of a song, or they run away and you wonder, did I just hit a bad note? The cat doesn't know.
Peach isn't exactly my biggest fan when it comes to singing.
She doesn't really like my singing. I don't think she likes singing, period.
No.
She wants peace and quiet and soft food and treats.
Yep. And
Respect-
occasionally
I can
elbow.
res-
She
I
likes
can-
licking my elbow.
I can respect that
Peace
thought.
and quiet and
Peace
treats.
and quiet and treats. I'm okay with this. But anyway, thank you, everyone.
Have a wonderful night.